Today's Tesla news is not simply good or bad. It is a mix of short-term warning signs and long-term growth signals. And for Tesla investors, that difference matters a lot. Today, we have a Model Y recall in the United States, FSD progress in China, a shift in Tesla's FSD sales model in Europe and the UK, Cybercab efficiency, Megapack news connected to AI data centers, and a Model Y milestone in Norway. At first, these stories look separate, but together they show where Tesla is right now. Tesla still has execution issues to manage, but it is also pushing deeper into software, autonomy, energy, and AI infrastructure. So today, I want to separate the noise from the real signals. First, the Model Y recall. Tesla is reportedly recalling around 14,575 Model Y vehicles in the United States. The word recall always sounds scary, but this case is not about brakes, battery fires, or steering failure. The issue is a missing certification label. That label includes information such as vehicle weight and other required details. So from a driver's point of view, this does not appear to be a serious driving performance issue. The financial impact should also be limited because this is more about inspection and label replacement. But I would not completely ignore it. The real concern is quality control. If a missing label was not properly detected in the manufacturing process, Tesla needs to make sure its inspection systems are working correctly. So my view is balanced. This is not a major Tesla crisis, but it is a reminder that manufacturing execution still matters. For long-term investors, I do not think this changes the main Tesla thesis. Next, FSD supervised in China. This is one of the most important stories today, but we need to be careful. This does not mean fully autonomous driving has been approved in China. This is still FSD supervised. The driver must pay attention and remain responsible. Even so, this matters because China is one of Tesla's most important and most competitive markets. Tesla is competing with strong local players like Xiaomi, Xpeng, and Huawei-linked companies. These companies are moving fast on price, software, smart driving features, and product development. So for Tesla, FSD is not just another feature. It may be one of the few ways Tesla can rebuild differentiation in China. If Tesla competes only on price, that becomes difficult. But if Tesla can show that its driving assistance system is more useful and improves faster over time, then Tesla can create a software advantage. Still, we should not overhype this. FSD progress in China is a positive strategic signal, but it is not an instant game changer. Now let's talk about Europe and the UK. Tesla has reportedly ended the one-time FSD purchase option in Europe and the UK, shifting more toward a monthly subscription model. This may sound like a small pricing change, but for investors, it is important. A one-time purchase gives Tesla revenue upfront, but a subscription model can create recurring revenue. And recurring revenue is usually more attractive because it is more predictable and scalable. If Tesla can eventually turn FSD into a product that people pay for every month, Tesla's business model starts to look less like a traditional car company and more like a software platform. But there is one big issue. Europe is still heavily limited by regulation. FSD functionality is not available everywhere, and the value of the product is not fully unlocked. So this is not a story where Tesla suddenly gets huge FSD revenue in Europe. Instead, I see this as Tesla preparing the business model before the product reaches full value. That is the interesting part. Next is Cybercab. Reports suggest that Tesla Cybercab may achieve efficiency around 165 watt-hours per mile. That is a very strong number, but this is not just about making an efficient EV. The real story is Robotaxi economics. Cybercab is not designed like a normal personal car. It is designed for a future where vehicles may operate for many hours per day. And when a vehicle runs constantly, efficiency becomes extremely important. Lower energy cost per mile can improve the economics of a robotaxi network. For a regular Tesla owner, better efficiency means lower charging costs. But for a robotaxi fleet, better efficiency could mean better margins across millions of miles. However, efficiency alone does not prove the robotaxi business. Tesla still needs regulatory approval, reliable autonomy, scalable production, real-world safety, and customer trust. So, Cybercab is not a proven business yet, but it shows how Tesla is thinking. Tesla is designing around low cost per mile, high utilization, and autonomous fleet economics. That is the deeper signal. Now, Tesla Energy. Tesla Megapack is reportedly being used in a major energy project involving Meta and Enbridge in Wyoming. The project combines solar power and large-scale battery storage, and it is connected to Meta's AI data center power needs. This may not sound as exciting as FSD or Cybercab, but for long-term investors, it may be one of the most important stories. AI data centers need massive amounts of electricity. AI is not only a software story, it is also a power story, and as electricity demand grows, battery storage becomes more important. Solar and wind can generate energy, but storage helps make that energy stable and usable. That is where Megapack matters. Many people still look at Tesla mainly through vehicle deliveries, but Tesla Energy is becoming a bigger part of the long-term story. Megapack sits at the intersection of renewable energy, grid stability, and AI infrastructure. That is a powerful position. Finally, Model Y in Norway. Model Y has reportedly passed 100,000 registrations in Norway. This is a good contrast to the recall headline. In the United States, we have a Model Y recall, but in Norway, one of the world's most advanced EV markets, Model Y has reached a major adoption milestone. That tells us something important. Tesla still has operational issues, but Model Y remains a very strong global product, so investors should not look at only one side of the story. If you only look at the recall, Tesla looks weak. If you only look at FSD, Cybercab, and Megapack, Tesla looks unstoppable. The truth is more balanced. Tesla has short-term execution risks, but it also has long-term growth opportunities in software, autonomy, and energy. So here is my final takeaway. The Model Y recall is a quality control issue, but probably not a major financial issue. FSD progress in China is important, but it is not full autonomy. The FSD subscription shift in Europe shows Tesla's software revenue strategy, but regulation is still a barrier. Cybercab efficiency gives us a glimpse into robotaxi economics, but the business still needs a real-world proof. And Megapack may be the quiet long-term story as AI data centers increase power demand. For long-term Tesla investors, the key is not reacting emotionally to every headline. The key is understanding which news affects short-term sentiment and which news can change Tesla's long-term business model. Today, we saw both short-term execution risk and long-term strategic expansion. That is the Tesla story right now. Not simple, not perfect, but still very important to watch. That's it for today. If this breakdown helped you understand the bigger picture behind today's Tesla news, please hit the like button and subscribe. I cover Tesla, AI, autonomy, energy, and the future of transportation every day here on Life in the Future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home, I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.